Hello, welcome to Filthy Kitchen Cooking with the Squadchman. Today I'm going to cook the other half of that ground beef. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go back and watch the previous video. If you do know what I'm talking about, then enough said. It's very late. I have to get ready for work soon. It's probably past my bedtime as is, but I've got to eat when I get up, so I am going to cook that ground beef right now. So first thing is first, scrubby el pano. Scrubby el pano. I don't know if I'll have a chance to put up another fable. Last night's fable I was quite satisfied with, but I did run out of time. It did run long. There's more I wanted to say, so I might revisit that topic, if not the actual fable, at a future time. Just rinsing out this pan because I don't want soapy beef. Soapy beef, not my cup of tea, so to speak. Dry the pan. Now last time when I made this, I used the olive oil. I think I'm just going to use the meat this time. So we'll see if that makes a difference. Here's the other half of the ground beef. Hopefully it's still edible. I don't smell anything weird from it. So this is about a little more than a pound. So that's going into the old frying pan. Now, because my dishes need to be done, I don't have a lot of items available. I'm going to use this steel frying pan. I don't think we've seen this in a while, if ever. But the key to frying pans is you need to know the, I guess it's the mole scale, the hardness scale. What scratches what? So I have a stainless steel frying pan here, and this spatula, God knows, probably nickel coated with steel, but I'm not concerned. I don't think this is going to scratch anything, but I wouldn't use this steel spatula. I wouldn't use the steel spatula on a Teflon type pan just because of the scratch factor. So that mole scale goes from talc, I believe, is the lowest, right up to diamond. It's a logarithmic scale, which means each number you go up is actually a factor of 10. So I think talc might be at the bottom, and then if I'm not mistaken, so if talc is 1, I think gypsum is number 2. So that means gypsum is 10 times harder than talc. There is a talc mine not far from here. I had to go there before. I don't know if it's functioning or shut down, but if you've ever seen talcum powder, that's what talc is. It's actually a type of stone that's very crumbly. And gypsum is basically what you see in gyprock, or what do they call it, rock wall. Anyway, we've all seen that. We've all karate chopped little pieces of gyprock when we were kids, acting like superheroes. But anyway, a little bit of trivia there if you're interested. I'll I've got plenty of salt in my salt shaker, but it'll soon be time to put some pepper in. Now, I have a new Mexican spice value size. So the question is, should I add pepper or not? Well, the beauty of pepper is you can always add it later. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use the Mexican spice, and later on, if I think that this dish needs pepper, I will pepper to taste at that time. I'm just going to shake this up a bit because it's been sitting around, but yeah, that's how I'm going to do it. So, season the meat. I'm basically just coating the surface of this meat while it's cooking with the Mexican spice. I haven't been to the supermarket, so I still don't have any onions. One thing I like to do is cook a few eggs and have that with the meat, but since it's getting late, I don't think I'm going to do that. So, spice is on, meat is cooking. Again, if you haven't watched my first video, what I'm doing is I have this meat temperature about 5.5. I'm going to cook it in this pan until all the pinkness comes out of the meat. What I did last time was, after the meat was cooked, I split it in half, put it in 2 bowls. While it was still hot, I threw in some cheese, and I also threw in some taco sauce. Then I let it cool down. I actually put it in the fridge, and when I got up, I reheated it. And I've been eating that. I had that 2 nights ago, I had it last night, and I'm going to have it again tonight. And I guess I'll be having it tomorrow night because I'm going to eat half of this tonight and put the other half away for tomorrow. So although this is about 1 pound of meat and I'll be eating half a pound, I haven't really eaten much today, so that's not too bad, I don't think. Plus, you know, I'm not exactly the smallest guy in town, so I can handle that, not bad. Generally, when I'm at work, since I work the night shift, I try not to eat during the shift. So when I go to work tonight, I'm probably not going to eat anything. So this has got to see me through until morning. So just letting this cook here. One thing about last night's video where we were talking about the fox in the wolf skin and the fox trying to convince himself that he was something he wasn't. A thing that happens fairly often in relationships is people pretend to be something they're not when a relationship starts. Now, this is a very big problem for many reasons. First off, it's deceptive, and that's not a fair way to start a relationship with somebody. But mainly, your true colors are eventually going to shine through, like the Cyndi Lauper song of that title. And you know, you can only keep up appearances as long as you can keep up appearances. Some people can do it longer than others, but eventually, even if you think you've changed and you think you're this different person that you're presenting yourself as, you're probably going to slip back into who you truly are, and then the other party is going to feel very betrayed and deceived and lied to and all that stuff, which obviously is never good. So even if you think you've changed and you think you've become a totally different person, you probably haven't. You probably changed a lot. I mean, we can all grow, we can all learn, we can all develop, and we can even change through great efforts. But fundamentally, we pretty much are who we are. And you know, there's going to be times when that's going to come back. So, just keep that in mind. I remember meeting people who, you know, all of a sudden, all my interests happen to be their interests as well, and I find that very odd. And then when the relationship is over, of course, all those interests that we shared, that person drops like a hot rock and never enjoys that hobby or sport or whatever area of interest ever again. So you try not to be jaded, you try to give the benefit of the doubt and whatnot, but sometimes you just got to trust your gut. And if something seems too good to be true, then, as the old adage says, probably is a lot of the time. But there are truly good people out there as well, so, you know, I always give people the benefit of the doubt. I go by the 3 strikes you're out rule. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. But I usually give a third chance. I don't know why. And you know, like the old baseball game, 3 strikes you're out. I mean, something can happen once, just by accident or pure chance, depending on the offense now. I mean, there's some things that I would never forgive. If it happens a second time, yeah, that's pretty rare. So 2 strikes you're out is probably a better policy. But I tend to be overly hopeful. And as we talked about before, there is a shadow side of hope. Like everything has a shadow side. The good part about hope is, you know, it's good to hang on, not quit too early, but the bad part of hope is hanging on too long and hoping beyond hope. Not a good thing. Well, this meat is just about cooked. This video is getting long. I'm going to try to keep these videos below 15 minutes. We're already into minute 14, approaching minute 15. So, meat's almost cooked. I'm going to drain the fat off a bit, put it in the bowls, throw some cheese in, throw some taco spice, and then I will probably hit the hay. I doubt I'll have time to put up a video tonight because I gotta get to bed. Anyway, who loves your baby? This guy. Wish you were here. Hope you enjoyed the video. Till next time. Goodbye. Any comments, any questions down below, please, and have a good one.